All right, y'all. It is time we have an honest conversation about the MVP award. I believe that it is a very close race. I'll give people this. It is a very close race between Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and nobody else. Hopefully, Saquon can beat Eric Dickerson's record because I feel like that would be really cool. Great milestone. And it'll be something in the history books that won't be beat for a very, very long time. Maybe not even in my lifetime. Now, removing Saquon from the conversation, I think that the conversation, I made a video about this earlier, so I won't go too much on a tangent about Joe Burrow, but I think that having Joe Burrow enter the MVP discussion, regardless of what happens in the last week of football, regular season football, is ludicrous and does not, that conversation shouldn't exist. It's not a conversation. If he gets his team, not even he, because that's the thing, they don't really control their own fate. They still need to win the game, but they need another team to lose. That's not really controlling your fate in a way. You can do the best you can, but at the end of the day, it's entirely dependent on what another team does. So that really isn't an MVP conversation. How can you have the MVP, the most valuable player in the league, not just on your team, in the league? Really, the MVP is the best player in the league. How can you have that and not even be in the playoffs in the last week of football? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, again, offensive player of the year, if you want to put him in that category, you can. I would completely, I can argue for why he should be offensive player of the year regardless. But if he does make the playoffs, I can see him getting that award and I wouldn't be mad. And it's just really unfortunate for Saquon that Joe Burrow is on a heater and he has been pretty much the whole entire season. Lamar Jackson's basically playing the best football any quarterback's ever seen in the history of the NFL. And Josh Allen is just playing on like incredible football with the pieces that he has and clinched the second seed. Like there's just so much working against Saquon that like honestly, in like last year, if Saquon did this last year, he would have won MVP in my opinion. But this year it's just strong quarterback play. I mean elite level quarterback play from a lot of quarterbacks, but especially those three specifically. Now, going to the two finalists, in my opinion, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Some people are calling for a co-MVP. That hasn't been done since what? Has it been done in the 2000s? I think the last time was like in the 90s, right? I could be wrong. I should have looked that up, but it's been a while. It's been a long time. I would hate that because I just feel like awards like that should be won and lost. It shouldn't be like there's a tie. It should be like either this person wins it or this person doesn't win it. It shouldn't be we couldn't decide or these two are equally like And again, honestly, are they equally important to their team? Of course they are. They're quarterbacks. I keep telling people this. Quarterbacks touch the ball the most out of any position. Out of any position, the quarterbacks touch the ball the most. So of course, the quarterback is going to be the most important. But now we have to go deeper than that. What are these individual quarterbacks doing that makes them the MVP of their team? Well, the Josh Allen is throwing the ball over the field. He's catching touchdowns. He's running touchdowns. He's doing everything humanly possible to make sure week in and week out that the Buffalo Bills get a dub. Commendable, what he should do. He's a great player and a huge step forward from the last couple of seasons. Now let's go out Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, again, is playing some of the damn near perfect football. He has 4 interceptions. 3 of them, to me, was definitely not his fault. Honestly, all 4 were really shaky, but 3 for sure were definitely not his fault, if we're being honest. It's just it just happens. Now, Lamar also is run the football. I mean, he's going to have almost what he's, by the end of next week, he could, or by the end of this week, he could have 1,000 rushing yards, about 4,000 passing yards. I mean, he could have only 4 interceptions in the season with 40 plus touchdowns. That is elite level football. He's doing everything he can to get his team in the best position. Not only is he winning games, but just the best position, even when his defense was selling and giving 40 plus points a game. Right? He's been in close shootouts with Joe Burrow twice. Outdueled him. They had Josh Allen and the Bills visit the home, visit the house, visit the bank, and deny their deposit. Deny their withdrawal. It's crazy. He outperformed Josh Allen. I've never seen an MVP debate where a MVP, or the reigning MVP, or at least the MVP, but not only that, but like a two-time MVP outplayed the other favorite in the MVP race and not be considered a front runner. Josh Allen really wasn't the front runner MVP until Lamar Jackson Ravens lost to the Steelers the first time. That's when everyone turned on him, because before that it was MVP Lamar, doesn't have Lamar. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have bounced back from that sense. Yeah, they lost to the Eagles, but the Eagles are the number 2 seed. I believe the number 2 seed, number 2 or number 3 seed, because I know the Vikings there had to be the number 3 seed, because Vikings and because they won the division. So I forgot how the goes from there, because the Vikings and Lions are fighting for the first seed. Eagles are a damn good squad. They're a damn good squad, and that game was very winnable until like the fourth quarter, really. But they fought back, and the Ravens have a chance to control their own destiny and win. They win. They're hosting a playoff game, and they are the winners of the AFC North. So I don't understand, because they're acting like that first loss against the Steelers with Lamar was like, oh, Lamar lost this game, now they're out of the playoffs, they're not going to have any chance to win AFC North. No, they went on a huge winning streak, had their revenge game against the Steelers, and won. Lamar's first time facing the Steelers at home since, I think, 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And look what he did to the Giants, look what he did to the Texans. And before anyone says anything about the New York Giants, that same week, Josh Allen struggled mightily against the New England Patriots. Barely beat the New England Patriots. A New England Patriots team that I don't think this season has even scored 30 points in a game, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a team that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills almost lost to. Lamar goes and throws 5 touchdowns, and everyone's calling it stat padding. Everyone's calling it, oh, he should have done that because, or either it's stat padding or he should have done it because of the New York Giants. When it comes to Josh Allen, it's nothing, right? The Bengals got stomped and lost, not stomped because they also score a lot of points, but they still let the Washington Commanders score like 30-something on their home debut. They lost to they lost to the Washington Commanders at home. It was that epic Jaden Daniels coming out party to the league. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens did not lose to the Washington Commanders. There's so many nuances that you have to put into not just the numbers, if you want to look at it, which Lamar is going crazy with the quarterback numbers. A lot of statistics is Lamar Jackson, right? He beat Michael Vick's rushing record. He's just like, come on, he's the sole leader in that right now. What Lamar's doing puts him at the MVP, because you can say, people argument is like, oh, he has Derrick Henry, he has Zay Flowers, he has Rashad Bateman. Lamar was throwing touchdowns to Dez Bryant and Willie Snead at one point. Lamar Jackson was throwing touchdowns to Michael Crabtree at one point. That's like, I'm not saying these are bum receivers. I'm just saying, like, it's not like he had 1,000-yard receivers every single season. Look what his team was those last 2 MVPs, man. Like, what offensively, like, what are we doing, bro? Josh Allen, Keon Coleman is coming on his own. Getting Amari Cooper was a huge help. And I'm not saying that these are all-star, all-pro receivers, 1,000-yard. No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying, let's not act like Josh Allen is throwing the ball and catching the ball himself, from himself. Like, that's not what's going on here. Also, look at the rushing touchdowns. Where on the field were these rushing touchdowns, right? Y'all acting like it was from the opponent's side of the field and he was just rushing in every time. Like, you see some of these throws that Lamar is making, some of these rushing touchdowns Lamar has, it's not that many because he's dicing them up in the air. He's throwing the ball over the place. He's running the ball, putting themselves in good position. Justin Tucker, for the majority of the season, was missing every single kick humanly possible from all over the field, wide left every time. Lamar had to overcome that. The Ravens defense, until recently, was giving up 30-something points a game, which means the Ravens offense, Lamar Jackson, had to go out and score 30 to 40 points to beat their team. But we're not going to talk about that. Those are some of the things I'm talking about. Why is it when it comes to Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen MVP debate, it comes down to, one player, Lamar Jackson has Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. This is Zay Flowers' second year in the league. The fact that he got 1,000 passing yards is because the person throwing the ball can get the ball to him. And Zay Flowers is really good with yards after the catch. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. 2007, Tom Brady had Randy Moss. They didn't lose a game until the Super Bowl. But that was never, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it was never a discussion when it comes to having players. Of course you want playmakers, because if you don't have playmakers on your squad, how are you going to win games? How are you going to... If Josh Allen had 0 touchdowns and 50 rushing TDs, give the reward to him, man, because that means he's the only person scoring touchdowns on his team. But that's not the case. He has like 30-something to almost 40 touchdowns thrown this year. His players are getting the ball. He's giving them the ball. He's doing his job as a quarterback, getting the ball out to his players. The offensive coordinator and the head coach is making sure they're not putting him in compromising positions where he has to hold the ball on and do all this stuff that leads to the high interception rate. I mean, for God's sake, CBS went and tweeted that this man threw an arm punt when he threw an interception in the end zone. That's the kind of PR that's going on for this guy. It's crazy. And I feel bad because Josh Allen's a genuinely nice dude from what it seems like, and he's just balling out. But the PR, whoever's the machine that's doing this is just making it real annoying. It's making it really annoying. And again, he has every case of being an MVP conversation. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be there. I'm not going to call it a charity win if he does. What I am saying is that there's a world out there, there's a possible future that a damn near perfect quarterback in terms of a season that Lamar Jackson's having is not going to be MVP because he has too much help. What makes Derrick Henry so effective for this year compared to all his other years is that he has Lamar Jackson. My issue with the Lamar has too much help is that he's won 2 MVPs without said help. Despite despite his drops, despite everything, some of these players, the players he's played with, despite Greg Roman, despite some of these things, Lamar has shined and has won MVP twice. So if he's doing great this year and he's done great the other 2 years, he's won MVP twice. The only constant on this team is Lamar Jackson, which makes him the most valuable player because he's done this before and he's doing it again at a higher level with the talent around him. He's throwing the ball better than he ever has. And it's not just some of his receivers are wide open, but you know why? Because that RPO is so effective. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson are a nightmare. You can put whoever you want back there. Let's swap. Let's put Derrick Henry in Buffalo. Let's get James Cook over here. They're still scared because James Cook is no bum. And Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. So whoever gets that ball is going to be very hard to stop. And we have to play both those guys. Not only that, now we got to play the speed and catch demon, yards after catch demon in Zay Flowers. We got to worry about Rashad Bateman over top. We got to worry about Mark Andrews blocking and going out for a route. The Ravens offense has too many weapons, too many variables. Then you have to worry about Lamar Jackson's ability to extend plays. He's running all over the place, throwing fadeaway passes, throwing passes and turning around like he's Steph Curry, looking the other way, going to the sideline, dapping up opposing teams' ball boys. Like, he's doing everything. He's making people look silly. He's making a lot of these defenders are going to be all pro, and they should be. But he's making them look like JV squad members. That's what Lamar Jackson is doing. So when you turn on the tape to see what he's doing, compared to Josh Allen, which again, Josh Allen's tape is phenomenal, and they're both pretty much doing a lot of the same shit, just different ways, but to the same effect. And Josh Allen's put his team in great position. But what the Lamar Jackson's doing, he's already done, but he's doing it at a higher level. At a much higher level. He is being so efficient with the football. He's not putting the football in harm's way. Every snap, you know, or you feel like something big's going to happen. He's reading defenses the way he's never read them before. He has the game plan that's been recorded that this was a game plan. Make sure that Mr. Lamar Jackson does not have a good day. Because if he does, you're going to have a bad day. Because when he gets going, there is nothing you can do to stop him. Let his first drive be a touchdown. It's going to be a long day for you. You have to damn near play perfect. And for a guy who doesn't turn over the ball, for a guy who has 40 plus touchdowns, almost 1,000 rushing yards, and almost 4,000 passing yards, the fact that he has 4 touchdowns on the season means his mistakes are very far and in between. Which means that no matter what you do as a defense, he's going to score a touchdown. He's going to get in field goal range. And for a lot of these games, if Justin Tucker could just hit 2, 5 of those losses would be like 3. If Kyle Hamilton just literally catches that interception that was in his lap, they would have about 1 to 2 losses. But that's ifs and then. That's if and what's, and I don't want to consider that, but I'm just letting of note that some of the things they're saying against Lamar Jackson, he's playing amazing football. So is Josh Allen. That's the honest conversation that we're having about these two players. If we're going to have honest conversations, it has to be like that. We have to fully contextualize what Lamar Jackson's doing. Because right now it's heavy Josh Allen PR. And they're just making Lamar Jackson passed Michael Vick's record. And no one gave a fuck for some reason. Do we forget who Michael Vick was on the football field? That demon? Do you forget how many years Michael Vick terrorized the video game of Madden? And Lamar Jackson passed that dude up. Lamar Jackson's only 27 years old, I think. So I think he's 27. They told him in the draft that he needed to change positions, that he needed to be a wide receiver or a running back. That's what they told this man. Y'all, it's jokes. There's no way you have what Lamar's going to end up with. Even Lamar ends with what he has today. He's played one of the best seasons statistically a quarterback could ever hope to play. He's done that. And we're not gonna call him MVP favorite. We're going to just crown Josh Allen MVP 3-4 weeks before the season's over, because Lamar Jackson lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers once. I hate people. I hate the discourse. But if we're having an honest MVP conversation, this is it. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Who's your MVP? Do you feel like you have to wait till now? Because people were saying like Josh Allen like last week against the Jets. They're like, if Josh Allen gets 3 touchdowns, he's MVP. What are you talking about, Dan Orlovsky? Or was it RG3? One of them were saying like that if Josh Allen throws, what does that have to do with anything? Lamar's still going to have more total touchdowns than Josh Allen when it's all said and done. He's going to have more passing yards than Josh Allen when it's all said and done, whether Josh Allen plays or not. Lamar Jackson has an opportunity, and if he does win the AFC North, he also won his division like Josh Allen did. Josh Allen has the benefit of facing the New England Patriots twice. He faces the New York Jets twice. And he faces Miami Dolphins with Tua that wasn't even in. It even was in. For whatever reason, Tua cannot beat the damn Buffalo Bills, and he faces them twice. The best competition the Bills have is the Miami Dolphins. The fact that they get 4 wins off of the Jets and the New England Patriots is crazy. Lamar has to face the Bengals twice, the Steelers twice, and the Browns twice. And before you say, it's the Browns, it is. But the Browns have one of the best defenses in football. And last time I checked, the Browns have Myles Garrett. So regardless of what you say, even if you want to say, well, the Browns shouldn't count, the Browns are a terrible team, poverty franchise, whatever you want to say, he still has to face the Cincinnati Bengals twice and the Pittsburgh Steelers twice. His schedule, and then for whatever reason, the NFL also every single year is making this man face Patrick Mahomes one way or another. And he's done that. He's beaten the Broncos and Bo Nix. Lamar has done what he needs to do. He's put his team back in the position to control their own destiny to win the AFC North, already clinching a playoff spot. The Bengals haven't done that. So forget Joe Burrow. Comment, let me know. See y'all next time. Happy New Year. Peace.